everybody, and welcome today for what? For what? For the X-Men here on the Geeky Puppet Show. But before we get into issue 29, it's astonishing. Let's meet our cast and crew. To my side, he's sick in the lips. It's sick lips.
There we go.
And still waiting.
How's it going there, little Palpatine?
Reed Richards isn't going to like you drinking his beer. Look over
You know what? I ain't gonna like your lip. Because I have the sickest of lips. Don't you give me
Yes,
lip.
you do.
Look over there. Do you see? It's Melissa and Amy.
Hi! Good to see
I think
everyone.
You know, we should just start reading the demon since he likes to rhyme all the time.
Yeah.
It's her, Verania.
Good evening, everyone. How's it going, little Palpatine Sugar?
I don't know. Look. He
Look.
is seen.
Look, Alicia. Look who's below me.
The
It's
mortal
Eric
man,
Green.
Eric Green.
The opening line I cannot avoid after listening to Venkman. Yes, I'm annoyed.
And lastly,
You know, I liked you better back when you were just silent in the void.
lastly, not leastly, he's our Stanley pick. It is the one, the only trusty sidekick.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Puppetine and His Amazing End Friends.
Oh, I love that.
Hey!
All right. Now it's time to pull up.
Yeah, I know you're not here all the time, Trusty, but please, just think of this like the zoo. Please don't feed the ego.
Yes, please do not feed that ego.
The Super Adaptoid strikes!
Dun, 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 dun.
This little sidebar characters is interesting.
Of course he strikes. He didn't get credited.
X-Men, the most unusual fighting team of all time. When Titans Clash. There's an original title for you folks.
Mimic.
Which one's Mimic?
You land
The
the
one,
blue.
I think the one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, is that easier?
Yeah.
Is there any zooming or?
So this is what you mutant misfits do on your.
There you go.
Oh, right.
Thank you. No, this is what you mutant misfits do when you're not battling each other, battling other freaks. You goof off ice skate.
Your blatant disdain of our more peaceful pursuits is duly noted, Mr. Rankin Bass. Still, I am sure you didn't neglect to bring along your own skates.
While you two are arguing, I'm gonna cut the first figure eight of the season. Gangway Carol Heiss. Carol
Yeah.
Heiss. The Iceman cometh.
Genie Gal! Ha-cha-cha! I'm sure glad you could make it down from college this weekend.
Oh, so am I, Warren. Especially now that you fully recovered from your accident.
Oh boy, have I.
I know, his face is still ugly from it.
I'm going to destroy you.
My hat's so cute.
It is, actually.
Adorable.
The time, early winter. The occasion, the morning of the first solid freeze of December. And at a secluded pond not far from Professor Xavier's school for gifted youngsters, 6 superpowered teenagers enjoy a moment of relaxation, little dreaming that soon they will face the momentously menacing threat of the Super Adaptoid.
Oh, he was.
You know the
fun.
great thing about having Bobby as a friend? If you want to go ice skiing outside, he can make sure that the ice is thick enough so you won't go through.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a lifeguard for ice.
An ice
What?
guard.
For the moment, however, all thoughts of danger are forgotten, as
Careful, Bobby boy. Remember, you're balancing on blades now, not on your pedal extremities, and
Oops! You can save your syllables now, Hank. I get the point.
oof,
Whoosh!
whoosh. Now, if you'll give me your undivided attention, I shall demonstrate yikes.
I've got my eye on you every second, Beastie. Don't worry, you can pick up the lecture when you zero in for landing.
Meanwhile, a short distance away,
Come on, Genie. Let's see if you know how to couple skate.
That's fine, Warren. Oh, aren't you coming, Scott?
No, I left my skates in my room.
Then why did you
Good.
come?
I said couple, not thruple. I mean, too bad, Dad. You better go get 'em. You're missing a real wintertime gas.
Careful. You'll live like Bobby in 20 years if you hang out with Gene too much.
Yeah.
You're blonde.
but as Scott Summers turns away from the frolic-filled scene, his mind is definitely not on ice skating.
Clearly, you forgot his skates.
It's no need telling him that I purposely left behind my skates. They won't understand. I am Daredevil. I cannot skate.
Oh no, poor Daredevil.
For since the professor,
Daddy,
my demon.
are we in this comic?
No, Alicia, we never are.
That's bullshit, Daddy and Maddie.
Can you guys skate or not? I'm confused.
I keep bumping into things.
But you don't fall over, so you're pretty good.
She's a weeble. She wobbles, but she doesn't fall down.
Can I talk?
That's now you can talk.
Okay.
Now you can talk, Stick.
I mean, I don't mind ad-libbing, but
No, please, I don't have an hour 3 sign. Let's go.
you have an hour 4 now.
Yeah.
For since the professor gave us the morning off, there's something that I want to do, that I must do, and it must be done. I'm gonna go put on Jean's clothes. Oh, I envy her wardrobe outfit.
It is pretty cute.
So soft, silky. Warren, his wings are so compact, so flexible, like giant chicken wings. And a couple of straps and some barbecue sauce will hold them. And
So glad you don't mind a little ad-libbing.
Did I lie? Where was the lie?
No lie.
Well, I must forever wear these special glasses or my visor to protect the world from my deadly eye beams of Cyclops.
We don't know why the Cyclops have eye beams.
Only a few weeks ago. Asterisk.
Or a few issues ago, if you happen to be a card-carrying realist. It's a realistic stand.
I have my card at home too with my skates. I accidentally struck Angel with such an optic blast, turning him into a fried chicken.
Oh no.
Luckily, I subconsciously weakened that beam just enough so that Warren wasn't killed. I didn't realize at the time, but it must mean that I'm beginning to be able to control my beams mentally, at least to some extent. The professor told me that once such a thing might happen, but I never dared believe him because he always lies.
Yeah.
And there's only one way to find out for sure. And that's to test my theory right here, right now, with Austin theory.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Next, with slow, deliberate movements, the young mutant removes his specially made glasses.
So far, so good. Once even my eyelids couldn't stop the Rays. They wanted to win the World Series.
Yeah.
Not with that payroll.
But the next moment, as he opens his eyes the merest fraction of an inch.
Zach! It's no use. The Jim Bean's as strong as ever. It's blasting the
Anna?
Are we in this comic?
No, my dear, we're not.
This is bullshit.
Security! Realizing in a wider arc than ever before. And it's hopeless. The harder I strain to hold the beams back, the more powerful they are when I relax for just an instant. Am I doomed to be a menace till I die?
Should you start cake eating and
Should I
hubcaps
start
stealing?
And taking selfies?
It's skyscraper facing. That's menace.
Also put on a mask.
And as the surging sensation of grief, of complete helplessness, wells up inside him, Scott Summers knows the true meaning of despair.
What about gloom and agony on me?
Agony on me.
It was agony all along. I've always told myself there was a higher porpoise than mine. Harry? The reason why I was chosen to possess such an awesome power.
It's Barry the platypus.
I'm Wong.
Me.
But what if I'm Wong? If the professor was Wong, and I'm merely the victim of a hate crime, and a blind, unreasoning fate. A fate that will separate me from Jean, from the girl I love forever.
I mean, maybe being so unsociable will do that first.
No, I won't let reason get in my way. I won't be any alone any longer. Zap!
Then-
Sorry.
Suddenly, the one known as Cyclops lashes out in a paroxysm of unrestrained rage.
Forgetting there's a narrator. I love Jean, and I'll smash anyone, anything, anytime that would keep me from her. Ha-cha-cha.
Yet even as Scott realizes the utter folly of his action, the gleaming bolt of force strikes the rocky hillside.
I told you I was sorry. I forgot there's a I've been acting like a fool. Dames, I tell you, they're no good for me. I'll rejoin the others. And holy Hannah Montana! My second Baja Blast started the rock slide. It's coming straight at me.
That's another way you can tell us this is a modern Marvel comic.
Oh my gosh, it's Rumble. It's coming at me. My only chance is to run to safety before it's too late.
Baby,
Or, shoot it.
The Room.
I made it with only seconds to spare. That's the last straw, and that camel's dead.
Ooh, yep.
This time my eye, Jim Beans, were even a mass menace to myself.
Then, as the final echoes of the thundering avalanche fade away, the young mutant surveys the now peaceful scene.
I wonder if anybody heard it all.
Bammy's mother's dead.
This was Bambi. I think Bambi's gone too. This will serve as a reminder to me that I must never lose my temper, no matter how great the provocation.
Provocation.
Provocation? Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds perverted.
It does.
For when I do, my merest glance can lead to disaster and destruction. Can lead to Dad. Wow.
Yeah.
Luckily, there's no one else in this area except for those people under the that small village. They'll be fine.
That's fine. Yeah. Is it Dr. Doom's village?
Yeah, it was overpopulated anyway.
They'll never be. They will never be menaced again by the rocks slide or the people's elbow.
No, are you kidding?
Meanwhile,
But the erstwhile deputy leader of the X-Men is not completely correct in his assumption. For if his dealing eyes could only peer through the soil and rocks of that very hill, Scott Summers would behold a network of long-forgotten tunnels, once used by the British to store ammunition during America's Revolutionary War. They are now the secret lair of one of the most powerful creatures on the face of our planet, the awesome Super Adaptoid.
Hi, I'm the Super Adaptoid.
And you just dress like that.
What is this sound that disturbs my solitude?
You need sports ball?
My place of retreat from the maddened man with a box that men call civilization. And why do I have a sudden craving for rum?
Coffee, Carl, please. Hurry.
If it is some intruder, or, well, the word balloon doesn't say coffee, or some agent of AIM who seeks to regain control of me, he would do well to beware.
Coffee.
Be
He would do
prepared.
well to Coco beware.
Yeah.
And beware is the Hulk.
BY is the Hulk.
Yeah.
When?
For hapless the human who crosses the path of one who combines the power of 4 of the mighty Avengers.
Green man, green bean.
The next instant,
Dust and stones dislodged in my head. And why do I have a craving for green beans? What
Yeah.
being would dare?
ho, ho, ho.
Santa Claus.
But wait, there's more. If you call in the next 10 minutes, oh, that's my other job.
Yep.
Already the rumbling subsides, and all is quiet once more. Perhaps the slight quaking was merely an act of nature, a freakish accident of no importance. Or perhaps it was an omen, reminding me of the world which lies outside my hidden refuge.
Whatever it did, it got rid of one of your wings. It's
That's
back
all right.
again.
He can adapt.
Oi.
Then, as the computerized parts of his artificial brain are fully activated, the 10-foot android knows the stirrings of that which men call memory.
Like the corners of my mouth. I remember a purpose for which I was built many mortal days ago. It was to destroy Captain America. And I did.
Cool. Good for you.
That's what he thinks. You saw what really happened in Suspense number 84. Smart Alex Stan.
Well, I ran out of allowance and didn't get to read the book myself, so I'm going to stick with what I know.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, there was something else I was to do. Something else.
Also, I can't afford that issue, so I haven't read it.
Moments later, as the sinister Super Adaptoid views for the first time the phenomenon of an earthly winter.
Now I recall that the group known as AIM endowed me with the powers to evolve others into beings like myself, and with them to conquer the world. Then, since AIM seems to exist no longer, it will be the Super Adaptoid who shall rule over a planet of such androids. But first, I must get my ice skate so I can join Jean on the ice. She's quite a dish. Ha, cha-cha. I mean, I must find a trial subject for my powers of transmutation are not yet tested.
Or approved.
Sorry, there are no trans mutants at this time. This isn't 2024 Marvel. And while the towering titan begins to formulate a plan of action, the unsuspecting X-Men are still enjoying their holiday on ice.
I accept the inevitable, my frostbitten and friend. Ice skating is simply not your forte.
Says you, Mr. McCoy. I'm as good a skater as anybody here. I'm just a bit rusty, that's all.
Uh-huh. Sure, yeah. Rusty, personally, I describe your condition as thoroughly oxidized.
Yikes, not again. I'm beginning to think I should strap these skates on my backside.
It would work.
Shoot.
When you wish upon a skate.
That's a good drawing.
You characters can keep on frolicking around if you wanna. I promised the pros that I'd run through some tests for him this afternoon, so I think I'll go give him a thrill.
Oh, I'm coming too, Calvin. I want to spend some time practicing in the danger room.
You and me both, Janie. Ha-cha-cha.
Care to join us, Ladio? Or do you prefer to cool your punctured pride here for a while?
I'll join you later, Hank.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to stay here and lick this skating bit if it kills me. The way things are going, it just might.
You know, by that shirt, I can understand why he is today.
Yeah.
No man dresses like that.
That's a scarf.
I meant the shirt.
Oh, his shirt?
The shirt is fine. It has personality.
And hair.
And texture.
It talks too.
The shirt talks?
It looks like a couch material.
Yeah, kind of.
But as soon as the other X-Men are out of sight, Bobby Drake makes a decision.
I hate to admit it, but maybe Hank was right. I guess we could hang bouncing on these skates.
There it goes.
Oh well, I worry. There's my noise, Skitty Cat. I'm glad I brought along my X-Men threads. These civvies were getting to be a drag.
Oh my heavens, I thought my outfit was cold.
His X-Men, you know what his X-Men outfit is? His underwear.
Some sneakers.
This is where I like it. You want to stumble around on a couple of ice skates when it's more fun to be a walking popsicle. Now it's time for the X-Men to now it's time for the Iceman to show his stuff.
That's the thing too, he'll never freeze to death.
This is true.
That's true.
And as he executes a series of difficult skating maneuvers with almost flawless style, the youngest X-Men's sagging spirits are swiftly revived.
Maybe I'm not exactly a gazelle, but there's nobody alive who can do a neater series of turnabouts than that. At least not stand skates. Too bad I'm all alone. Somebody should record my match's performance for posterity, as Beastie would say.
He says funny things.
He says funny things.
But unknown to Iceman, someone is watching. Someone with a much grimmer purpose than Bobby Drake could guess.
Your mother.
Dun, dun, dun.
So,
Your father.
there exists other super beings on the Earth besides the Avengers. Why is my inner monologue Dr. Doom at spurts?
Why not?
Oh, why not?
Why not?
Well, you're made of Evil Incorporated, weren't you?
Super Adaptoid Evil Incorporated! That one with his ability to cover his body in a shell of ice. Maybe the one whom I seek. Oh wait, this is not modern Marvel. Perhaps he is fated to become the second Adaptoid.
The bride of the Adaptoid.
But first, I must approach him with caution. There may be other such humans nearby, and I have no desire to battle yet.
Backwards even. I wonder where you sign up for the Winter Olympics.
They're drawing Bobby looking like Bob Hope.
Yeah, kind of with that,
Mhm.
that little ski slope nose.
Bobby Hope?
Yeah. That
Oh,
works.
it's not.
Yet not even supervillains have everything go their way. And so, as the massive Adaptoid steps onto the newly formed ice,
This strange, glassy material would not support my weight. I should consider dieting.
Yeah, you should.
I'm falling through.
Hey, what in the world is that? That metallic face. It must be some kind of robot. But it's 10 feet tall.
You dare to call me a robot? I, the Super Adaptoid, who am the product of years of biochemical research. Beware, mortal, lest you try my patience.
Mm-hmm.
What does he do with the arrows?
You can shoot him like
Crows
that.
them, I guess.
I thought he just shoots arrows out of his hand.
They make me look cool.
We'll go with that.
But the next moment,
Or you're so ugly. This Cody Vice will slow you down. Well, you know, it worked. He isn't moving. I would have thought a guy that size would bust out my shell just by flexing his muscles.
Uh-oh. This is not good.
Mm-hmm.
There. As long as he seems to be frozen stiff, I might as well do it upright. This covering your snow ought to keep him comfy.
I shall let the fool think he has defeated me. Ooh, actually, I am quite comfy. Then I can learn if there are others like him. Somewhere in the entire tri-state area.
Frosty the Adaptoid.
I gotta get back to school and on a double and bring the rest of the X-Men back here. Otherwise, they'll never believe me.
So, I have learned that which I desired to know. There are other mortals with superpowers. I must know if they truly know where Perry the Platypus is. Perry?
then, as Iceman disappears from sight,
Did that witless dolt actually think his puny prison could hold I, the Super Adaptoid? I, the Super Adaptoid, can burst out of his Iceman's glassy cocoon with ease.
Rock.
Yeah.
Ah, the strange slide on which he made his exit has left a trail of blocks.
I always wondered how long it stayed there.
I shall follow them, but
should
keep out of
probably-
sight, because that's easy for a green 10-foot robot. While I engage the human strength. Or if they refuse to become my army of adaptoids, I shall be forced to destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
Cue maniacal laughter.
Wahahaha.
a few minutes later, back at X-Men HQ,
Look, I know it sounds like I'm out of my tree, but that character's back there. G, do you believe me, at least?
Well, I'd like to, Bobby, but
Far be it from the benign beast to argue, son. But did you perchance lay on your cranium a while ago?
We have all been working much too hard lately, Bobby boy.
Yeah.
Look, even if you think I've flipped, Syke has to pass by the pond on his way back. He'll see that fresh frozen creep.
Fair enough. We'll ask Scott when he returns.
oh, and we haven't long to wait. He's here now.
Did you behold any phantasmagorial phenomena? Phenomena at the time, buddy boy?
No.
The only thing diabolical I found was this ugly shirt. That and the people that are buried under the avalanche. But anyway, what I did find were your clothes, Bobby, which you left near the pond, and that pile of dead bodies. They were buried under the avalanche. How could you? There was a whole city.
What avalanche?
The one that he caused, yeah.
I got so excited I forgot him. I'm
You
not
did.
used to-
They're all people. You forgot them. They existed. Go ahead.
What avalanche, Scott?
I forgot him. I'm not used to seeing 10-foot robots sneaking up on me. But if you didn't see him, he must have escaped.
You say a 10-foot bright green robot that looks like Captain America, Hawkeye, and a few others attacked you?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You did see him.
not quite attack. He was just watching me and
Why don't we discuss it later? Right now, I'm itching to do some practicing. Shall we, Ginny?
Oh, I guess so, Warren. Coming, Bobby.
but what's the use? Maybe I did just daydream it all.
Don't worry. I'll put on my suit and I'll be right with you.
That's the spirit, Robert, my lad. You're already on the road to a rapid-fire recovery.
A short time later, the world's most unique students joined their equally unique instructor on the spacious grounds.
That's it, Calvin. Keep your body loose so that you can change direction with an instant's notice.
Hey, look up! There at the mimic. That non-mutant nut'll make it a flyer yet, much as I hate to admit it.
Spare your accolades, Warren. He's obviously being guided by the professor. And he's also thinking about Marianne and Ginger.
The other X-Men
mascara.
No, that's your normal voice.
The other X-Men resent Calvin because they think he's interested in nothing but his own mimicking powers.
And they would be
But I can't help feeling that there's much good inside that young man. Attention, Calvin. Prepare to execute maneuver 2C.
Sorry, kiddies, but that's all the free show for today. Wow, now what's that super-powered super doer up to? I didn't
All these exercises.
No.
Hold on, no.
He's got his line.
It's hard to figure out what order these go in.
It goes to
No, it goes upper right,
Right,
goes
left,
mimic on
left,
right,
up,
and goes
right.
down, and then to the left.
Okay. So sorry, kiddies, I didn't transfer then. Okay. Sorry, kiddies, but that's all the free show for today. I didn't transfer here from Metro College so you could make me jump through hoops, Xavier. Now what's that self-centered super doer up to?
All these exercises have profit, Calvin! We uncover some new mutant menace!
save your breath. Hey, I got a line. Get back there, Jojo. Save your breath, sir. Rankin Bass only listens to his own soliloquies.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Mimic.
For once, that overgrown monkey's right, Chrome Dome. I'm up to here with this do-gooder bit. Let the evil mutants take over the world. What did it ever do for me?
Now you've gone too far, Mimic. Let me take him down a peg, sir.
No, Scott! We gain nothing by fighting among ourselves!
That's not what you said the other
Tear
day.
my company apart!
Mind your stone store, Pops. If Bright Eyes here wants to waltz around with me for a while, I'd be glad to oblige. It was a good remember just why he ain't the X-Men's deputy leader anymore.
Why, you grandstanding? If I didn't remember how you helped us against the ogre.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let Auld Lang Syne hold you back, Summers. But just in case you need an excuse, I'll give you one. Face full of snow.
Alt right, Rankin. I'm gonna kick your bass.
But then, unexpectedly,
No, I can't use my optic blast for personal ground beefs.
Yeah.
Hamburgers.
They're far too dangerous.
That is his line, second part of his line.
I changed my mind, Mimic. You're simply not worth fighting.
Yeah.
Maybe Sick doesn't care to mix it up with you, Rankin, but I do.
Get in line, Bobby boy. I've been waiting weeks for this. Cha-cha.
As have I, Warren Publications.
Gasp.
Don't
Republications
be
are
bashful.
pleasure.
Don't be bashful, you mutant morons. I'll fight in any order you want.
I'm tired of all this.
Yeah.
I mean, I must not interfere unless absolutely necessary. The 6 of them must settle this among themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, Scott's got a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely necessary.
The bounding beast is the first to reach his goal, or to almost reach it.
Not used to dumping on somebody who can mimic your own agility, are you?
Yeah, I'd be more impressed, lad, if you would also emulate my voluminous vocabulary.
Now, Corey, you're about to learn what it feels like to be stomped by your own supersized feet. Ugh.
Not so fast, Rankin Bass. You're not going to be putting one foot in front of the other now. Hank was just lunging low. So you jump into my vicinity.
Hold him steady, Angel, while my ice club rocks him to sleep. Actually, I made the club hollow, and it'll splinter a zillion pieces when it hits Rankin. It'll look real enough to scare that glory hat out of his goggles.
Swish.
But Iceman's plan goes somewhat awry, as...
Nuts. I forgot he has Genie's telekinetic powers, too.
Ah, shit! Watch it there, Bubby. That was close.
Whoosh.
Why should I waste my energy when I can make you fight each other?
Suddenly, not realizing the harmless nature of Bobby's solid-looking missile, Sicklips enters the fray.
All right, Rankin. I tried to stay out of this. Just when I was out, they pulled me back in.
Yep.
Let's see how that makeshift beam of yours does against the real thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's clobbering time.
Hey! Pay me $1 for that.
Makeshift beam. That's wishful thinking, Clyde. My optic blaster is strong as yours any day of the week. Now, what say we forget the Buck Rogers stuff and slug it out?
Wow. He mimicked Amy.
Calvin,
Sorry.
stop. Both of you, cease fighting at once.
I don't know who's saying this.
Keep it up.
What's with the referee all of a sudden?
That's it, Calvin.
Is that Calvin? Okay.
That's definitely Calvin.
Okay, so this is Rankenfurter?
Yes.
Okay.
Huh? What's with the referee all of a sudden, skinhead?
Calvin, I've overlooked your insolence toward me and your constant bickering with the other intellectual properties. But I thought you would change in time. But now I'm beginning to suspect I was wrong. That your overwhelming ego is more than mine. More than I can afford.
Oh, no.
It's best that I sell you now, and that you leave the school as soon as possible. We'll fight Factor 3 without you!
Oh no, if you get rid of him, he's going to form the new Atlas.
Oh, no.
Well, I'll shrug about it.
Factor 3. I almost forgot about that secret European group that Zach led. Now that the Banshee has returned to his homeland. Asterisk.
An esoteric rep to last dish.
Perhaps with that mass menace facing the world, Rankin will shape up, or ship out.
Hold your breath while you're waiting, Blinky. I can take a hint.
No. You got to wait for Xavier.
You heard his answer! We must commence our study of Factor 3 without the mimic!
Got you.
I can't take a hint, Xavier. I'll be ready to leave in an hour. When I go, I'll lose my superpowers, but I'll pay him back. Real good.
Or real good. We've heard it both ways.
I know, right?
Then, as the bitter mimic strides angrily off to pack, Scott Summers takes careful notice of Professor X.
I spend half of my life worrying because of the danger of my eye beams. But the professor has to worry about all of us. What if we defect to DC Comics?
Yeah.
It would hurt him to admit the defeat. They expelled Cal Rankin Bass from the X-Men and from Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
But he did it because he felt he had to. There can only be one dirty rat in this business.
Yep. You dirty rat.
And somehow I can't help feeling there's something else on his mind as well.
Gene.
Damn it.
And indeed, Cyclops' suspicions would be confirmed if he could observe his mutant mentor a short time afterwards.
I must close my mind to outside thoughts for the next hour.
Thinking about cheese.
No! Not even cheese.
Yum, yum, yum.
Baja Blast.
Three must engage most of my concern. But I cannot forget what lies behind that locked, heavy oaken door.
Cheese.
Let me out. Emma wants to come out.
For it hides from view my greatest secret, my most tragic failure.
Emma wants to be an X-Men too.
Meanwhile, in keeping with this season, Scott has ideas of his own for easing tensions.
I don't know if I'm. Okay. I guess what, bottom left?
No, it's bottom left and the middle.
Yeah.
Hey, Tussa here, sick old buddy. I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Most equivocal statement, Mr. Worthington.
Gee, I didn't hear that. Angel over there. Jerk.
Yeah.
Gene, see if you can catch the football by the kitchen and make me a sandwich.
Oh, I want to say
What?
By focusing on it telekinetically.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be a snap. Give me something hard to do.
How about driving lessons?
Telekinetically? Okay.
It's not as easy as it looks. This pigskin's been specially weighted, so that travels a lopsided path.
Huh.
Somehow, I can't stop worrying about Calvin. Wondering if we're doing the right thing by letting him go.
Wee.
Interception?
Yeah.
But as the ball reaches its apogee, Cyclops' thoughts are rudely interrupted as...
That giant hand! Is it Pixel? The size of it.
It's got long fingers, so yeah.
It appeared out of nowhere, like RKO, and
Yeah.
grabbed the football like it was a pebble.
Is that a giant green
Okay.
robot?
It's a big robot.
Oh no.
Oh, Anna, it's him. The guy I saw in the pond a while ago. I was just about to say I was seeing things, and now he's here.
Ah.
The giant green robot,
Yeah.
have been observing you for some time, humans. And it is my decision to transmute each of you into a replica of myself.
Giant green robot. I'm not sure what you've got in mind, but Sean Connery, you're not.
No,
That
that's
line
the inner
from
monologue
Geeky
of your
Pop.
leader.
Yeah.
What?
Careful, Warren. Until we're sure what he means.
What I mean? Allow me to demonstrate on this female.
Oh, of course. Let go.
Cease your prattling. In other words, quiet, Gene. You are to be honored by the Super Adaptoid.
You ever heard the lady, Buster?
Buster Brown.
She said let go and she meant it.
Buster Brown.
Why are you touching her backside?
Then, as the X-Men's most powerful member unleashes an optic blast.
Fool, you but seal your own doom, if you attack me.
It's no go. His shield is made of some unique material that reflects my gem beam.
The next instant, swooping down from above.
What? The flying mutant gives me a high five.
Yeah.
Strikes my shield, knocks it aside.
Clap. I mean,
You're an observant fella, aren't you? All right, Hank, he's all yours. Take him.
I don't swing that way.
Not
With
like
all
that.
due dispatch, my feathered and friend. As usual, the bounding beast does his best.
Actually, no, that's Adaptoid going,
Oh, okay, sorry.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay.
Good work, Mr. McCoy. You knocked the Adaptoid off his fate.
Yeah.
And I'll keep him that way. I put him in cold storage once before. I should be able to do it again.
Impudent young oaf. Did you truly believe that this transparent material could hold me? I was but toying with you before, so that you would lead me to other beings like yourself.
ah, great, Bobby, led him to the Casbah.
But now I am finished with such deception. For have I not adapted the power of 4 of the mighty Avengers?
Oh, he smashed through my ice wreaths without it batting an eye.
Correct.
it could be worse. You give me Human Torch.
Now I get it. We're facing some kind of robot who's absorbed the Avengers' power as just as the mimic barely imitates ours.
Wait, what's he doing?
He's grabbing one of his arrows.
He actually used those?
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of Mr. Rankin, we sure could use him about now.
What if a mimic mimics a mimic?
Big noise.
Big noise.
Yeah. Captain America destroyed the bow that I created.
So he just threw some.
But that does not stop me from hurling one of the shafts I adapted from the one called Hawkeye. Did I mention that I have the power of 4 Avengers?
I think so.
About as many times as we hear, "Hi, I'm Professor Pixel." That's it. Breathe deeply. The gathering gloom. Within moments, you will be rendered helpless.
Look out! The arrowhead contains some sort of gas. It's a gas.
Then, before they can act, the X-Men are felled by cascading fumes.
And I did nothing and then fainted. Oh.
Weak. I'm not standing. Don't think I ever did.
That arrow, he said we failed this city. It contained a gas.
This city.
It contained a gas that's robs Warren of all of his humor. Wait, he never was funny.
Yeah.
and our muscular control. Oh, I'm about to strike him. Watch out, Warren.
I can't stop punching you.
Correct, mortal. For
wasn't
I
funny.
have a mouthful of popcorn and have no further use for you. I can create adaptoids only from willing subjects.
I knew it. He's Trader Joe.
Meanwhile, an extremely interested observer of the foregoing clash is making some rapid calculations.
And he's hiding.
It's a good thing I was coming back to tell off those movie do-gooders. That guy made look like a monster, so he jacked, but I bet he's got powers he hasn't used yet. And he says he can transfer him to somebody else.
That's some pixel finger.
Now that's a pix. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is he on Carson?
Damn popcorn.
Looks like he's on the
Sorry.
late night with Carson.
Blame Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Then, his silent decision made, the youth steps forward.
The Ute.
What's a ute?
Yeah.
Now that they are immobilized, I shall make a panographic tracing of each of them, and thus add their powers to my own. But wait, who dares approach the Super Adaptoid?
I dare. Cal Rankin's a name, but you can call me the Mimic. These wings ought to clue you in. I'm not exactly Mr. Average Citizen myself, so you're interested in turning me into Adaptoid. But you've been hearing this script long enough to mimic his powers. Nothing's happened. It must be because they're artificial abilities.
Done. I shall mimic you. Look at me with my hands on my hips. And now my arms are crossed.
Yeah.
But I can sense that you are one like myself. One born to rule over lesser creatures.
You know it, Dad.
No, you cannot borrow the car, son.
I had with Homo sapiens and Homo superior alike. First time you came to Mimic, I had an idea about taking over the world, and now I know what a sap I was to give it up.
I'm too weak to resist the Prime Directive 4.
Yeah.
Sorry, it looks like Robocop. I see him.
He does look like Robocop.
I can't do any more than raise my head slightly. But I've got to do something. In his bitterness towards the X-Men and humanity, Cal plans to join forces with Samsung.
Yeah.
I must. No, it's no use. I can't even speak. I can only think bad thoughts. The professor hears them.
Now to begin. The process utilizes special selectric rays, which I'm pretty sure Stan just made up,
Yeah, he did.
which will change your body cells and nerve endings into solid state components, thereby
Say the egghead explanations for proper mechanics, big man. You're going to turn me into your never to Adaptoid? They get with it already.
never interrupt my prattling again, mortal.
He's going to turn him into Radio Shack.
It will take but a few minutes of downloading all of the things that you will be asked for, to which you will reply, "We're out of that," to transfer you into the Radio Shack droid.
Yes.
Then we shall lay waste to the entire tri-state area together.
You always need batteries.
This might just work. I'm already starting to tingle.
Oh my.
Just then, on the ground nearby, a terrifically straining Cyclops finds his voice.
Calvin Klein! You got to stop before it's too late. You'll be in your underwear and getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Don't you see? The Samsung doesn't want a second in command. He wants to take out Apple. He wants to be the only one. He wants an indentured robot servitude. He wants to make you Motorola. And when you give up your humanity, that's what you'll become. Motorola, a phone that nobody has. Obsolete. You'll be the sidekick.
Against his conscious will, the mimic finds himself pondering Scott Summers' anguished words.
Seg was right. He must have been. Why else would this Joker share his powers like with anybody else? Even now, I can feel my will weakening. In a few seconds, I'll be an adaptoid, but a mindless one.
When your transformation is complete, I shall deal with that insolent mutant and destroy him.
Destroy? No, I wanted to rule, but not to kill.
Then, at almost the last possible moment,
Ugh, I changed my mind, Herbie. I'll just go back to being plain Cal Rankin.
What? How did you guess my first name? You have raised your hand against Herbie. For that, you shall die.
Herbie the Fat Fury.
Well, we've all got to go sometime. But just now, I feel alive and kicking. No powers coming back to me. I'm a human again.
Fool. Did you think I would not be ready for your puny attack?
Well, maybe you're ready for it, Clyde, but it still doesn't mean you can take it. Second thought, it looks like you can. Gotta keep on defensive, or else I'm gonna get it good.
Zap.
I know well that you combine the powers of all the X-Men, Mimic. Did I ever tell you that I have the power of 4 Avengers?
They might come up.
Came up once.
But they will avail you naught against me. Herbie.
The 4 Avengers.
He's right. I feel like I'm tackling a whole squad of Avengers. To top it off, the Adaptoid wasn't even human.
So, your attack is spent, buffoon. While mine is only beginning.
3 arrows. Can't dodge them all at once.
Me and my arrows.
but the mimic still possesses the peerless powers of the extraordinary X-Men, and so...
I used Jean's telekinetic force to detonate that center arrow.
Nice one. Oh,
But
I'm
with
so
the flash, it's blinded me. Can't see. Luckily, the other 2 arrows missed because I was standing still. But I can hear the Super Adaptoid get ready for the kill now. Give me a sec to get my sight back, Green Sleeves, and I'll slug it out with you fair and square.
Give me 400 issues to get my sight back.
Yeah.
Fool! Do you think I care about your spineless ethics? Emotions are for lesser beings. There is no place in my makeup for the thing men term pity. And yet, I do feel almost sorry for you, mortal, as I fling at you the mighty shield which will seal your doom.
The moon.
What chance have you against so irresistible an object, hurled with the deadly accuracy of Captain America, and matched and powered by the matchless strength of Goliath? They're merely half of the 4 Avengers whose power I have. Have I ever mentioned that?
Yeah.
I may not have the strength of Goliath, but would you believe the agility of the beast? And by the way, thanks for yakking away till I was able to see again. And welcome to hour 2, guys.
Ah, you might have been worth the precious time which you were costing me in hour 1, But this is hour 2.
Yes.
And I shall destroy your fellow humans and then attack you anew at my leisure.
No, can't let him kill the X-Men. Try something. Anything. I can only lure him into the sky while the others recover from that paralysis gas. Suit yourself, Charlie. That's what I'm concerned. You're copping out.
That term, somehow I sense it reeks of derision. No one may laugh at the Super Adaptoid and live.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfectly acceptable. Just don't laugh.
Oh. That Walker Powerhouse was wrong. He does have an emotion, that of pride. But I gotta put some distance between us, or I won't live to brag about my discovery.
You sealed your own fate when you tried to escape by means of flight, dolt. For I too possess wings, adapted from one of the 4 Avengers whose power I possess. Have I ever mentioned that?
It's nice to meet you, Alex.
The female known as the Wasp.
Mm-hmm.
Zach's favorite member of the team.
Ugh, he's faster than I thought. I'm not about to be able to break free of that grip of his.
You have reached the end of your rope, fool. Now you shall pay the price of your defiance.
Uh-oh.
Well then, as long as you're gonna clobber me anyway, I might as well get in a few last licks. Keep him at bay, for myself and for the X-Men. You caught him off guard before. When they recover, they might just be able to take him.
So, you fight for your life as desperately as did Captain America. One of the 4... Oh, I've already told you. Before I destroyed him weeks ago.
Cat America? Destroyed? Where'd you get your info from, pal? From Pravda?
Prada.
That shield slinger's as alive as you as ever, you carbon copy creep. I surprised him into lowering his guard, but he seems immune to Sykes' optic blasts.
Well, I wanted to wear Prada, but the devil already was. So, the Star-Spangled Avenger yet lives, does he?
In hour 3.
Yes. Fun fact, Pravda is told truth in Russian.
Okay.
Then I shall seek him out and crush him, as I was programmed to do. As soon as I spin you into unconsciousness and hurl you to the earth far below.
Which one of the Avengers does that?
That would be Quicksilver
I thought that was Claudio.
and Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah.
Have I mentioned that I have the powers of the Blackpool Combat Club?
He's spinning me around at
Like a
fantastic
record,
speed.
baby.
Down.
Right, round, baby.
Can't take much more before I black out. For good. Only one chance left. That I should have thought of before. Or else the X-Men are finished.
Suddenly, inexplicably, the huge Adaptoid ceases his furious whirling and grasps the almost unmoving form of the mimic before him.
Wait, and my madman with a box. Haste to destroy you, mortal. I almost forgot to mention that I have the power of 4 Avengers.
Oh, geez.
I almost forgot that. Merely by making a phantographic tracing of you, I can gain all of the powers of all the X-Men.
Like Greg
Then
Land.
think how much that will add to my monologuing.
Oh, dear Lord.
Ha! You do not answer. For you know that once I gain those powers, I shall complete your execution. And then I shall be as strong as the Avengers, of whom I have the powers of 4, and the X-Men, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. Combined. Too powerful for any living being to halt.
The chat's going crazy.
But the next instant, as the electric cell eyes of the incredible Super Adaptoid begin to trace an outline of his silent captive, the very atmosphere around him seems to come alive with an overwhelming, almost unbelievable energy, as...
What? Some sort of irresistible electrical backlash. Sounds like a line in Mellow Yellow.
Oh, yeah.
Electrical backlash.
Yeah.
Engulfing me, rendering me comfortably numb.
Oh, yeah, comfortably numb.
I've become so numb.
I've become so numb, I can feel you.
It worked. My nutty hunch paid off. Since my own borrowed powers are artificial, I guess he couldn't absorb them any more than I could mimic his. So I used a power that I'd almost forgotten, the telepathic ability of Professor Xavier, to plant a fateful suggestion in the Adaptoid's mind.
In some incalculable way, the mimic is immune to my pantographic probing.
That doesn't sound nice.
Then, before the jolting feedback can destroy them both, the mighty creature hurls the mimic from him.
Come back! I want to pantographically probe you some more.
Oh, no.
I mean, by casting you away as far as possible, I may yet hope to overcome these numbing shocks.
Pantomime. Perfect.
Too weak to fly, and my wings can't somehow cushion my fall. I'm done for. But at least I did the best I could, and nobody can do more than that.
Meanwhile, one of the marvelous mutants who had been felled by their foe's surprise attack. Ah, there they are now.
Look, the Adaptoid has killed the mimic. Hooray! He's tossed away like a lump of clay.
But his wings! Why doesn't Calvin use his wings?
I bet he's unconscious, or at least too exhausted from the fight.
Wait. Something's happening to Rankin Bass's wings. I can tell even from here.
They're shrinking. And if they can't hold him aloft, he'll plummet to his doom shorts.
Quick, Angel, go over there. Hug him.
Yeah.
And the plight of the once mighty mimic seems desperate indeed, as...
Chicken wings.
He's adapting the powers of Namor.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're getting smaller by the second. They were my one chance for survival. Now it's the end for the mimic.
Mother of mercy, is this the end of Mimic?
Yeah, we'll
Did he
see.
like tuck a necklace, slow himself down?
So, yeah, right?
Then, as the final vestige of his wings vanish,
This is it. I only hope. I finished off the Adaptoid too.
but at what seems like the last possible moment,
Angel, is it really you?
I don't blame you for being skeptical, Rankin Bass. You have been doing a lot of drugs lately, and I haven't been doing too much flying. Still, I think I recovered enough to catch ya and glide both of us safely to the ground. Say it with me. Ha!
Cha Cha.
At that same second, the other X-Men, watching from their vantage point below, behold an incredible sight.
Please help me, I'm falling.
In
The-
love with you.
The backlash drained my printed circuits. I barely have time to lament that I only have the power of 4 Avengers as I change back to my original form.
Yeah. Fun fact: printed circuits was the name for the Iron Man letters page for a long time.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
that's cute.
I no longer have the wasp's wings. Can't stop my plunge. And there's no one to save me as they did the Mimic. It can't end this way. Not after I have savored the sweet scent of life. It can't.
No more sports ball.
Very little time left to monologue.
However, as the whirling, writhing form completes its headlong fall,
I wonder what the Russian judge will give this dive. I've lost my adapted powers, but I managed to land in the water instead of striking the ground. Dude Love has not heard the last of the Adaptoid.
Splunch.
meanwhile, from a nearby hill, the members of the world's most unique fighting team are voicing similar thoughts.
Just think, if the overgrown sponge had been able to get all our powers to his own, he'd have been unbeatable.
Jean next?
Gene next.
Okay. And he would have robbed us of our powers if Calvin hadn't tricked him.
Looks like everyone else owes you an apology, Cal. Dick. You may have saved the entire world at the cost of losing your crappy powers and mimicking us.
Don't apologize, Scott.
I'm not going to.
You were right the first time. I was a self-centered, glory-hungry fool. You didn't deserve such power.
Did I mention I have the power of 4 Avengers?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Dude, you're drowning.
Funny, it took an inhuman emotional thing like the Super Adaptoid to make me realize the true value of the emotion called friendship. Even if the mimic is gone forever, it was worth it. If Count Rankin became a man.
Next ish, the most mind-staggeringly malicious mutant of all, the weird and wondrous Warlock.
Dun, dun, dun.
Alrighty now, everybody. That is it. Please make sure that you do click the liking and leave a comment down below. Check out
And
the
subscribe if you haven't already.
and check out the Ko-Fi link, and also hop over to I Love Comics for our cover ranking.
Yup. But until next time, bye!
Bye-bye.
I should have been in this more!
You don't need to be a mutant.
Ah!